Hello friends, welcome to my channel SS Study Tech. Today we'll discuss on the Selenium locator usage. We'll see on ID and name in the HTML DOM. In the previous tutorial where we have discussed the introduction to Selenium locators and we have seen the types of locators. So let's get started. We'll see agenda for today. So today's agenda is how do we locate ID and name tags in the HTML DOM, and how do we pass these locators into our Selenium commands for the WebDriver, and we'll see a sample demo code. Let me open my Eclipse. So I'm using the existing project. I have created a package called Locators, under which I have created a sample class file which is called locator underscore ID. So this will be using for our ID locating purpose, and we need a sample website. So let me open my Chrome browser. So I am using the Facebook website. So locating web elements, so we have different methods. For Chrome we have a Chropth as an add-on. For Firefox we have a FireBug and FirePath. So these are all add-ons to our browsers, so there might be some limitations. So different organizations have some security limitations, so we may not have this extension to add on. So I am showing a direct method, so which will we can inspect directly into any web element and pass those tags into our WebDriver command. So here I am taking a sample login. So I am using a dummy login details. So we'll see how these locators works in our WebDriver. So let me show you how do we inspect the form fields. Just click on F12. Sorry. As soon as we open F12, we will get this elemental, console, secure, source, network, and different tabs. So we need to click on elements, and then we have an inspector. So select an element, so select this one and go to our email address or phone number and click it. So once we click it, it will highlights the respective tag in HTML DOM. So here in case we have input tag, so which is a form field, so that has many tags in it. So currently we are dealing with ID, so just copy this ID value, and we need to ensure that this ID value is a unique in the website. So to make sure that, just I am finding the value, so it has different one, but with ID equal to email has only one. Yeah, we have only one, so this will give the faster results. So if we have a more than one element in the HTML DOM, that will confuse the WebDriver. So it may be leads to no such element found, or it will take much time to find the locator. So go to Eclipse, and we need to create a web element. So web element is a predefined keyword in Selenium. Just import it, and we have an input called email address. So how do we pass those values to our web element? So we need a driver instance for this. So I haven't created driver instance, so let me create a driver instance. I am just creating a web driver instance. Now here we need to provide driver dot find element. So we need to use the find element and by class, and what the exact we are searching for, ID. So pass this ID, and under ID provide the colon and enter the value. So we have found our first locator, which is the email address. Okay, there is some exception. we need to import correct package, so by class. And I will find another web element as well. Just inspect the password and same take the value as pass, and here same create a web element, password field, password equals driver dot find element by dot id, pass this value, and I will take the id for login button as well. So here we have id equal to u0, so web element login button equals to driver dot find element by dot id, pass this value. So now we have successfully created a locators in our Java class, and let me instantiate our WebDriver. So let me set properties, system dot set property, and we need to provide a property name and property value. Property name as WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver. We need to provide and pass it as a string, and value we need to provide a server location. So already I have a server here, so just copy the server properties, now we have a system set property ready, and I will instantiate the driver, WebDriver equal to new Chrome driver. So now we have this, and we need to give a logic. So now we have ready with our system set properties and the locators by using id. Now we need to give a scenario here. So let me give email address first. So email address dot, so what we need to do with the email address, so it's a form field, we need to enter our email address or a phone number. So how do we pass those values? So we have a predefined keyword called send keys. Send keys, under send keys we need to pass some value. I'm just passing a junk file, any junk data, so I'm giving sh study tech, and similarly for the password as well. So password is also an so form field, so I need to pass send keys. Under send keys I'm providing some value as some 1 2 3 4 5, and we need to have a login button. So login button, so what we need to do with the login button, we cannot pass any value it, we need to just click on it. So just click, so pass a click method. So now we are ready with our the scenario, and now we need a application URL. So for that I am using driver dot get. So I need to pass the URL, so I'm passing the URL I'm copying from there and I'm giving a URL here. Now we are ready with our URL as well. So let me run this sample code and see. It has opened a browser. It has launched a Facebook. Yeah, it successfully executed our command with ID. I given a dummy value, so obviously it will fail the login. So this is how we find IDs and map those IDs for our Selenium WebDriver. So in a similar way, how do we give a name? So let me show that one as well. Let me open this one, and I'm using the same elements and I'm using the name instead of ID. So here we have a name tag. So for the input, so we'll just go to the select and again inspect this input field, and we have a name. Just copy this email. So here in the code we have driver.findElement by .id. So instead of ID I will give name. The similar way I will find for password. Password also we have same name as pass. So change this ID to name, and for login button also I am changing the value as name, which is called login, and value by name. So let me save it and I will run this code again. So once I run, it will launch a web browser and it will launch a website. It will pass the values. Yep, we are successfully done with our ID and name locators. And please share your comments, queries in the description section, and in upcoming videos I will show other locators as well. So we have so far we have covered 2 locators, ID and name. So we have other 6 different locators, and I will share in detail video on those locators as well. And please do subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.